Welcome to Club Wisdom 8. This is probably this is certainly the final video for Shining Force in 2022. And with regard to updates, there are no updates apart from a trailer, a longer trailer than the previous one of the game Shining Force Heroes of Light and Darkness, brought to you by actually this company. It's actually the company that Hive, who are making Shining Force, paid for by subsidiary of Vespa. They use this company to produce all the sound and stuff, whatever, for the trailer. So let's have a look at it. Okay, so let me quickly tell you what's going on here. So they're literally going back to the old Shining Force days, and Miss Shelia, however you pronounce the name, she says like, "Hello Max, have you forgotten me? I'm Alteron's fortune teller," which is weird because, as you know, she's the bad one in Shining Force 1. And then she says, Guardiana, the place in Shining Force 1, has been defeated. There are soldiers roaming in a place like this. Like, what are you doing? Like, but he's there, Anyway, again, it just says, what you do in a place like this, you shouldn't really be here. This isn't the place to be, and you're gonna suffer the cruelest death under these dolls, under these cute dolls. And then the end is, she kind of says, now kill off Max and the others. So I'm guessing there's two types of Michelias. There's the future one and the one in that actual game, whatever. And then it moves off. And then she says, goodbye and die. See you somewhere in the afterlife. This is the afterlife, I guess. And then I guess they're here in the future, perhaps afterlife. And then he says here, Max says, are you the astrologer of Alteron? And that's it. So anyway, got something to do with going to the future, as you can see. And then the villagers are just literally saying, one of the villagers just before this one just said, like, there's this horrible, like, scary guy with dark skin and big horns. It can't be a demon, can it? And the other guy said, I think there was another guy earlier, he said something like, die dark soul, die. And then this guy, I think, says something like, no, it's not this one, it's the next one maybe. It is that one. He says, wow, pretty, I guess, to the female. I guess if it was Japanese, he could have said, "Wow, I want to see your panties" or something. But and then everyone would have bought the game, and the game would have done, and then everyone would have brought the game out. But hey, you know how it is. You got to make it globally friendly. So next, okay, this is weird. This girl says poetry. I hate it. And then she goes off. I think this is quite, this bit's important. And then Astral says, where can we run to? So I'm guessing they were being chased. I think if we look at the trailer from before, we can also see that they were being chased. Anyway, she goes off here, and then the fire lights up. And I think this is like ha ha ha, but it doesn't seem right with the context. It's like it's supposed to be hoo, like HU, but I don't really understand the hoo. You can do a check yourself on the meaning. And yeah, and then what happens here? I think the next part is when yeah, she's just talking to the flames. Something happens. Max says like master, like Astral or something. What's going on? And then the translation is pretty weird at that point. Anyway, and at this point it's like now press the button, they say, and then they press the button, and I guess that's what makes the rock blow up, and that's it. And if you remember from the original trailer, I think a train runs past, so I don't know. I don't know. So I guess it has something to do with saving a train. Anyway, that's the main point. Anyway, that's the main translation. What do I think? Do I think this is any update on the original trailer? No, absolutely not. Everything's the same. Everything is in the same place. No graphical updates, but you do get to see, like, you know, Xylo and Slade. You get to see some extra things that you didn't get to see before. You get to see some extra images. So it's kind of cool, but it's clear they only like they cut down the trailer. So I'm guessing this is one of the trailers that this company was involved in making. So the question is there going to be a new? Is Shining Force being revamped? Is it happening? Are the developers back on it with regard to Hive in Japan? I'll say, unfortunately, the answer is most likely no. But based on my experience, and considering that all my videos, even before the news came out on everything, all my videos were pretty much correct. I want to say that I'm pretty sure this game is going to be bought by another company, and it's probably going to happen. It's either going to happen before March 2023, or it's going to happen around June to July 2023. There are reasons for this. I wasn't planning on making a video to set, but based on this trailer, I think so the reason being is that this company, the company Vespa behind it, they're literally like, they're out of cash, and they don't even they're literally begging to raise money. They released a poor game, or absolute trash game called Time Defenders. Didn't do well, surprise, surprise. And all this was while waiting for a game called King's Raid 2 to be developed, but they only reached 70% of development, which is actually not so bad. But they're literally like begging, saying, "Yeah, we need help. They were literally begging, like literally saying, we need help. We need like help for marketing." So they're just begging any company to give them money, and I guess they will give them some cut of the game. It was honestly pretty weird. I wasn't impressed with what they wrote in the news. Yeah, Korean news is pretty weird on the Naver, you know. And yeah, so what else can I say about any updates? Yeah, so the year will be over. The fiscal year will be over by what is it? Yeah, it's going to be, I think, like February, the end of February 2023, and then in March I think they're going to give a statement about what they're planning to do, or whatever, like how they will keep afloat, or whether they'll accept bankruptcy and close down the company. They're not going to accept bankruptcy and close down the company, because I've looked into enough Korean companies to understand that even though they're supposed to only have a year to make money, and they haven't made money, but what I believe they're going to do, right? I was thinking before they're going to sell Shining Force this year, but what they're not going to do it at all. I think what they're doing is they're going to say, look, this year we have cut down our workforce. They cut down their workforce by 90%, I think, like a huge amount. So they're going to literally be like, we've cut down our workforce, so we've done everything we can this year. And then they're going to try and like push the investors, or not the investors, like the JP Morgan companies, to say, look, we still got loads of assets like Shining Force and Time Defenders. We can sell these off to blah, 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 other companies. And please allow us to do it this year and keep our company afloat. And I believe 2023 will be the year of asset selling, because they actually haven't really sold any assets, which shocked me a lot. But I'm guessing they're really going to say, because of the cut down of 90% of workforce, it actually makes the company quite a good investment, because they cut down the workforce, because they can work with 10%. Although, you know, I mean, they were a stupid company anyway, because if you remember my old videos, they gave big promotions to all their staff and stuff, and they say cut down 90%, right? They only had like 430 staff or something like that in the first place, so they cut down 90%. So now they have 50, I don't know, whatever. They only have like they have under 100 staff in this company. I got no idea how it is in Japan. Japan were involved in it. Japan were the ones making this game, not it wasn't being made in Korea by Hive. Hive were making King's Raid 2. So it's weird. If I'm guessing that no one's investing in King's Raid 2. I think what people want to do is they want to buy the whole of Vespa. I think no one wants a cut. I think they just want to buy Vespa. So I think companies are just hoping Vespa dies. It's like in Com2us's interest, as I know so much about the Korean companies. It's going to definitely be in the huge interest for this company just to keep falling and falling without bringing out King's Raid 2. So I'm waiting to see the response of Vespa, but I can tell you something. The CEO owns all the shares practically in the company, and as the CEO owns all the shares in the company, he's not gonna, and his shares, he's literally watched his life savings go from like a very super high position around 2018 to zero. So it's going to not be in his interest in one bit to watch his company disappear. He will not put in. He came back to the company to try and save it after like the Time Defenders mess up of the old CEO. So he won't let go of this company. He won't let go of his company, and he won't let go of Shining Force unless someone gives a very good amount of money for it. But there's no one who would want to give a good amount of money for it, because they'd rather just buy Vespa and Hive or whatever with everything for a huge discount once they completely admit bankruptcy. But they have admitted bankruptcy, but once the company just completely like folds and completely falls on its knees. But I don't think that's going to happen, and I think they're really going to keep holding on and trying to sell Shining Force. So the only problem with that is that if no one decides to buy Shining Force, and if all the companies push out to just like not buy anything, not even give any money, not even help this company, then I can say that the time of selling Shining Force, the worst situation will be it will be sold in around 2024, and then we won't see a Shining Force game on mobile and probably until during 2024. I have more hope that someone's going to push this company to sell quickly. I'm hoping that like the reduction of 90% of the workforce is not enough, and that they're really pushed to sell this game before February 2023. But I'm telling you, the worst situation is that it could be sold either before 2024 or on the exact like March 2024, when the whole company completely collapses. Vespa will be dead by 2024, 100%. Will it be dead by 2023? Unfortunately, I don't think so. I think because they cut their workforce and they've shown they've done some good stuff, blah blah blah. So that's the issue that we're looking at, and yeah, so Shining Force Mobile, I don't think we're going to see it for a very long time, but we are going to see it. I'm pretty sure this game will come out. I'm sure we're going to see this game. It's an IP. It's known. The people who the people who play Shining Force, they are still from a generation where they buy games and stuff. You know, I do think it could bring. I do think it could bring back a certain generation. And again, Fire Emblem Heroes is proof that people are happy to spend on these games. So I don't see it being much of a problem. And it's going to sell well in Japan. I think that's the big thing. It will push. It's a big thing for Koreans to get into Japan. It's like their life work or something. You know, something. So I think it's. Yeah, I think we're going to see Shining Force, but it's probably going to be later than sooner. Like, I'd say we'd see a final game for 2025. but if they sell the game, if this company managed to sell the game and do everything by February 2023, then most likely we will see this game under beta running for probably August 2023. And then I think we'd get the game finally around early 2024. But I don't really think such a positive situation will completely happen after speaking about it. I think more chance of the late 2024 of the game arriving from the sale coming after February 2023. I really do think this company will have to sell things. They will still have to prove that they are making money, and I think the final thing they're going to do to keep afloat in 2023 is just sell their assets. And definitely they don't want Shining Force. They have zero interest in Shining Force because the guy who owns the shares in Vespa, he wasn't behind purchasing Shining Force. It wasn't his idea. He had no interest in Shining Force and no interest in Time Defenders either. He didn't even bother talking about Shining Force in the meeting, the main meeting in March, I think, or around that time. He didn't even talk about it until someone asked the question. That's how much he doesn't care about the game. Like, goodness me. So I hope that helps. I have reached out to different companies. No one ever got back to me, so not much I can do. Not much I can do about it. We did the petition. Yeah, 1,000 wasn't that good. Yeah, I know. We needed a lot of people. It also shows that not that many people really are into saving Shining Force, because the kinds of people who like Shining Force again are people who like the old retro Shining Force games. And yeah, so that's it. With regard to Shining Force, yeah, I'd like to say that's the end of it, really. And but there is one thing on my mind. What got Asian people into Shining Force? And like what got why? I mean, not Asians in terms of Japanese. Sorry, what got the Koreans? What got the Koreans into Shining Force? I think this is a great question, and I can tell you something. It's not Shining Force, actually. And I've been playing the game. I've been playing the actual game that was inspired by Shining Force, and I do think it's really interesting because no one on YouTube has ever talked about it. So I think maybe I'll make a video of some sort about this game. Yeah, so I can't. Yeah, perhaps I'll do it. Perhaps I won't. Not that anyone will watch to the end of this video. So see you later, Club Wisdom 8. Over and out. Xylo.